Good morning, everyone. Happy day 8 of our new coach training. So now that we have basically talked about what it means to be a coach and what are some of those first benchmarks and how you kind of get started with your business and putting a post out there and working that power hour and using social media to grow your business, now I really want to focus on talking about social media and how it works and how we use it to grow our business. So today I'm just going to give you a basic overview of how I use social media to grow my business. And then the next several days, we're going to break down each platform. Now, of course, there are always more platforms you can dive into, but I'm just going to share what's been working for me for the past 3.5 years. So talking about social media as a whole, we're talking about Facebook, Instagram, we're talking about Snapchat, we're talking about, any site that you can be social on. And so the two biggest sites that we use that are free are Facebook and Instagram. And so I'm really going to focus on those because they're free and that's the best way to grow your business. There is a Facebook like page that I am going to talk about and share with you kind of what I do, but it is not a necessity to grow your business. And I would not rely on it to grow your business either, because it's one of those sites where you have to pay for advertising in order for people to see your posts. So let's talk about each platform. So let's talk about Facebook. So Facebook, your personal page, right? So a lot of people are hesitant about putting themselves out there on Facebook, on their personal page. And I'm going to tell you this and just be blatantly honest with you. If you don't do it, you will not be successful in this business, because people have to, number one, see you show up daily. People have to, number two, like you and trust you before they're going to buy from you. So they have to see you on a journey. They have to see you struggle. They have to see what you're doing to get results in order for them to be interested in what you're doing and for them to purchase what you're doing. So when I'm talking about my Facebook page, which is my personal page, first of all, it's public so that everybody can see it. Second of all, I mix everything into my personal Facebook page. I post 1 to 2 times a day. Those are quality posts. So I'm talking about my fitness. I'm talking about motivation. I'm talking about food. I'm talking about my family. I'm talking about travel. I'm thinking about all of the things who make me me, so that if somebody came to my Facebook page and started scrolling and they didn't know me, they would see that I have 2 boys. I like to travel. I'm a health and fitness coach. I like to work out. I like to eat. And so that's kind of how you have to think of your social media, is it is your storefront. So that when people come to you, they're going to form an opinion of you based on what you're posting. So you have the option to make it positive or negative. You have the option of showing up daily, and that's how you start growing a following. And that's how you start getting more people connected to you. So on your regular Facebook page, I would say posting 1 to 2 quality posts per day is a good start for you. So for me, I start mapping out what I want to post, and I kind of rotate, like I said, through different themes throughout the week. And so Monday is more like a motivation Monday. It might be me after my workout giving a motivational quote. And then Monday night, I may talk about my coaching business, or kind of like what my day looked like as a health coach. On Tuesday, maybe I share a recipe. Maybe I talk about a transformation someone on our team has had. On Wednesday, maybe I do an engagement post just to ask people what their thoughts are about A versus B, right? Because that drives affinity to your Facebook so that more people see what you're posting. And then Thursday, I talk about coaching. I talk about recognition. Friday, I talk about my income, or I'll talk about my family, or yay for the weekend. Saturday, I'm talking about my family again. What are we doing this weekend? And then on Sunday, I'm bringing it back together. I'm sharing my meal plan. I'm sharing some meal prep. And then I'm doing a call to action for my upcoming group that starts on Monday of this month and this date. So I plan all of my posts in advance. I write down 2 posts a day, 7 days a week. So I have an idea of what I'm going to post. And sometimes I even go into creating content within the notes section of my phone, just because I want to be organized. I want to be consistent. And I know that's how you grow this business. So that's kind of how I run my Facebook personal page. Now, as far as a Facebook like page goes, this is a business page that you can create for free. And I do have one. And I, again, take the time to set up about 3 posts a day. Now, I sit down on Saturdays and spend about an hour scheduling all of those posts. So that business page runs in the background. But like I said, it is a pay to play. So they're not really going to show your post as Lisa Fote Health and Fitness Coach to anybody unless you're paying for advertising, if you're boosting that post. And the only good thing that it does is it does provide you analytics because it's a business page. So I might get a notification that, hey, this post is doing better than 90% of your other posts. So I may hit that blue boost button, throw $5 or $10 on it to reach more people so more people are seeing what I'm doing. You can also run targeted ads. There are tons of YouTube trainings on how to run Facebook ads. It's very complex. I cannot teach it to you, but if you want to start doing that, you'll have to spend the time in training through YouTube and learning how to do that. But you can target very specific cities and towns and stores and brands and people and occupations and income ranges. So you can there's no limit on who you can target. And the more specific you get, the more people you are going to get who are like you. All right. So I do have one. I wouldn't recommend spending a lot of time trying to set one up in order to launch your business. And just truth be told, when you are launching your business, when you commit to being a health and fitness coach, just go. Don't wait on the training. Don't spend hours and hours listening to calls and trying to figure things out. Just go and it'll all fall into place, I promise. All right. So third, I use Instagram and I do about 1 post a day. 1 quality post. Sometimes I share it from my Facebook. I kind of have a format that I use on my Instagram. Not saying that's the way you have to do it. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just how I prefer to do it. And the thing to remember is this is your business. So how you set up your social media, whether you have the same, editing features on each photo or not, that's up to you. Obviously, it looks more aesthetic. It looks more pleasing to the eye if you do. But if you're a new coach, don't spend time doing that. Just post and do it and talk about it and hit those raw emotions that other people like you are dealing with and struggling with as well. All right. So 1 good quality post on Instagram, and Instagram is really great. It's a great tool. A great tool you can use on Instagram is hashtags. And I'll teach you guys how to do some hashtagging in a later video, but you want to use hashtags again that are specific, that are targeting a specific brand, person, occupation, rather than just saying fit mom. Do you know how many hashtags use fit mom? Over 1 million. So your post is going to get lost in the shuffle unless you're hashtagging fit mom of twins. Then maybe there's only a couple hundred posts like that, and you can really start connecting with those people. And that's what I do love about Instagram is it's not your friends, your family, your neighbors, your colleagues. It's allowing you to connect with people who are like you and who have similar interests as you as well. All right. And then lastly, we have our Instagram stories or your Facebook stories. So using stories, this is somewhat of a new feature in the last couple years. It allows you to snapshot your day. And stories are so great because you can alternate the themes. You can do a still picture. You can do a video clip. You can do a boomerang. You can do a rewind. And that's what I recommend. Just kind of mixing it up all day long, 5 to 10 stories, because that's how you want your social media to look. You want someone to see your story and they see kind of what you do all day long. So for me, it's drinking my mom crack. It's getting my workout in. It's reading my professional development. It's taking my kids to school. It's working my business. It's lunch. Then it's, afternoon, like playing with all the neighborhood kids. Then it's dinner. Then it's working my business again. And that's kind of how my stories go all day long. And I throw in some polls because the polls give you the option to start a conversation right away. If someone says yes or no on your poll, even if they say no, you can just say, hey, thanks for voting in my poll. Can you tell me why you didn't like it? Or can you tell me what your experience was? ? I always end every single conversation with a question mark. And that's why I do at least 1 poll per day, because it's an easy way to start a conversation. So I would say start alternating those themes. I would say start using Instagram stories, and you can connect your Instagram to your Facebook so that everything you do on Instagram immediately goes over to Facebook, whether it's a post or a story. So it makes it easier and you're not having to repeat or repost. So you can do that. It's completely up to you. And honestly, after being in this business for 3.5 years, it's all trial and error. What worked last year doesn't work this year. And it consistently changes and evolves as well. So just trying new things, adding a couple call to action posts each week, taking the time to actually reach out to the people who are liking and commenting on all of your posts, adding some polls to your story so you can start some connections, so you can start some conversations, and really utilizing at least one platform, but slowly growing a second platform as well. So for me, Facebook personal page is where I've done business for 3.5 years. But this past year, I invested in some Instagram training. I invested in some Instagram growth. And I really started to kind of start growing my Instagram so that now I have 2 platforms that I really use to grow my business. And yes, I still have my business page and it just runs in the background. But I really challenge you to do that and think about what you want to use, which platform you want to start with, and how you want to kind of start planning your week and start planning your posts to grow your business. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.